Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Doing a little quick mic check. Let's see here. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Doing a little quick mic check. All right. Let's see here. Good. Mic check 1. Okay. Peace. I'm Lindsay. This is Knowledge Uprising. And I hope everybody is ready for the late show tonight. Because that's right. This is another edition of the late show. So, everybody, welcome tonight. Thanks for tuning in. And on tonight's show, late show, I want to talk about a bunch of different things, but one of the most things I do the most is the simulation theory. So I would love to build on that. And everybody, if you would like to come up and join me and be a part of the show, all you gotta do is simply click on the link that I have pinned in the comment section. You can come on up and you can talk about this also. So about this simulation. Lately, I've been stuck on this topic, and I've been wanting to talk about it. So I guess we can dedicate, for the most part, this show about the simulation. Are we living in a simulation? Rasset TV, salute, brother. How you doing out there? If you want to come on up to the show, all you gotta do is click on the link at the top of the screen. It's pinned. So see who's all in the chat right quick. Let's go to the chat. Okay. Let's go back over. I was listening to a stream earlier, and on the stream they were talking about It's a bunch of different things. I didn't click my camera off before I go off. There we go. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was my boy in the show. He said, "Where does manifestation come from?" I just wanted to think about that, and I had an answer for that, a quick answer too, because everything comes from thought. So if you ask me where manifestation came from, it came from thought. It was mental first before it became physical, right? You had to manifest it and materialize it into this reality. I just wanted to say that. I mean, I thought it was a cool ass question, you know. So, Sweet Tea, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the show. So, I just had to. That was an interesting question to me. I mean, what you guys think about that question, right? Like, if somebody asks you what is manifestation, what would be your answer? You know what I'm saying? I think that was one of the coolest damn questions I heard all damn day. Sitting here chilling, I was off today watching YouTube, and I said, "Man, you know what? I feel like going live. I'm gonna go live. I got this laptop. I need to utilize it more. So why not? You know what I mean?" And like I said, I just thought that was one of the coolest ass questions in the motherfucking world. You know, Rosette says, "Indeed, yeah, man. I think that's a dope ass question, and that's a question. Well, maybe not everyone has the same answer or vision of what manifestation is to them, but when I heard that, I just like, yo, that's that's what it is. It's thought, you know. I mean, because you got to think about like anything you're trying to do or want to achieve in life or for other reasons, right? You and you want to make it physical, right? Tangible. You will manifest it, right? Like, um, you're thinking about your dream car or car you want in general, right? The magical, mythical goat. Peace, peace. Welcome to the show. Anybody that wants to join the show can simply just click on the link at the top of the chat in YouTube. Let me go to the chat so I can show y'all right quick. If y'all want to join in, just go right to the top and just click on that right there. Click on that link I got pinned, and you could come into the show and join in. But yeah, I just thought that was one dope ass question. But like I said, for the most part of the show, I want to talk about this simulation. Guys, give me a minute. Got some fried chicken in there. Yes, I love chicken. And I want to talk about that new coronavirus, man. They're making a new virus, goddamn, every other goddamn month, right? This one named Omicron. Don't that shit sound like a transformer to you? I don't know. The shit sound like it would be something in Transformers. Shit is wild. I'll be right back. Every time I try to read, it is so moronic. But what are you trying to read? That's the question. Because to tell you the truth, we only gonna read things that we find intriguing. I remember now, we're not gonna waste time. We put energy into the things we want. I'm fully charged. Let me take off that charger off this bitch. Turn up this brightness though. There we go. Cause that shit was a little too dull for me. So let's see here. Before we get into the slideshow, just want to talk about a few things, if you folks don't mind. And also, I'm live right now on 2 channels. You can go to the Late Show, and if you go to the Late Show, you should see me live over there also. That's the name of the channel. The name of the channel is the Late Show. Uh, and I should have the same hashtag. You should see Knowledge Uprising and Late Show as the second hashtag. Now let's go to have you guys ever heard of James Laniger? I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. It's Leininger, Laniger. Okay, so crazy thing. Um, hold on. What do you say? When I'm trying to read the new variant name. Oh yeah, man. Like I said, man. Motherfucker sound like a goddamn transformer, a fucking cartoon or some shit. Omicron. I don't know, man. At this point, I think it's ridiculous and it's crazy. This shit is still going on, and it's like they got a new virus for every fucking season that's related to COVID-19, which is SARS-CoV-2, which they call the coronavirus. It's crazy. But back to I was talking about little James Vinegar. Uh, I'm gonna send out a question in the chat. I want you guys to answer this. Do you think reincarnation is real? Because I think it has something to do with the simulation also. So uh, let me make a poll right quick. And the question is, hold on now, let me write my question. There we go. Mm-hmm. See here. Okay. Okay. Well, as a community. So right now, I got a poll going on. Seeing back 3 lives. Assimilate us through visions. Man, we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it tonight, man. We gonna get to it tonight. Let me see here. Let's check out that live poll. Did we get any answers yet? Let's get some answers from that live poll. I'm gonna put in there. Gonna leave that one right there. We have yet to get some answers from that. The magical mythical goat says, seen back 3 lives. Ben, what if it's yes and no? Now that's a good question. What if it's yes and no? So that means it could be, hmm. I mean, you can be having conflict and interest on it. Trying to get what you mean. What if it's yes and no? I figure with a question like that, you can have a definite yes or a definite no. Or if you're unsure, you can speculate. Anything is possible, especially experiencing deja vu. Yes, now deja vu is something else. And talking about deja vu, I was thinking about the Mandela Effect, because with the Mandela Effect, a lot of people remember things, uh, events, and all this stuff that occurred and that they done came across, remember it differently, you know. So see, I think that's a part of the simulation also. Oh man, we got something going right now. So I don't really believe in death anymore when I have disintegrated my body and brought it back. Now, what you mean? How did you bring your body back? Like I said, man, you can click on that link at the top, and you're more than welcome to come to the panel and expand on that. That's very intriguing. So you brought yourself back from the dead. You know, a lot of people have near death experiences where it seems as if though they go to this other realm. Let me pop this up right quick. Are we talking about that? I got this picture right here. Let's pop it up. Let's pop it up. Okay. Now let me take this off. Okay. So when I look at this chart, right? Because I would like to call it a chart, uh, a near death experience. I'll say, uh, I don't want to say purgatory. Oh man. Which Where would that be? You know, um, I'll say that be now. I could say the seventh level. You know, near death experience, or it could be maybe the fifth level. I'll put it right there at the fifth level, like a near death experience, divine will, structure, healing, and gaining sense of truth and purpose. Because once you almost experience death, right? When you come back up out of that realm or whatever, you see things differently, right? And I'm gonna get to another point of that later, but that's intriguing. Let's see, we got some new comments up here. It says, I'm really bad with physical tech and I don't own a phone. Sorry, I don't own a mic. So my question to you, how are you on this live right now? How are you watching this? Well, when you say I see energy, I think about it like this, like, right? Especially with dealing with my kids, just everyday situations, people I work with. Energy can be an expression somebody is showing, body language and all that. Like you can really feel how a person is, especially if it's somebody you know, and by the tone of somebody's voice. You know what I mean? You can feel if they're excited, angry, upset, things like that. Okay, I would put that back up, but I'm not gonna do that. So all you see is spiraling fields overlaid with normal vision. That's what's up, bro. I'm glad you're expanding on that and letting the audience know. To the people that's tuning in right now, I'm Lindsay, and this is Knowledge Uprising, and you're watching another episode of The Late Show. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sparing some of your time to watch my show. And also, if you would like to come in to the show and be a part of the show, all you simply got to do is click at the link up top. That's the link to come in and to join the show. Um, let's see here. Let's get to what. Uh, let's see here. You put this like this. All right. There we go. There we go. Moving along now. Okay, so all right. So to start off the show, I wanted to talk about James Lenager. Now, James Lenager was a little kid, right? And The reason I say, do you believe in reincarnation? I got the question up there, is because this case, and right now to you guys, I'm reading the case report, the actual case report of it. It was by Jim B. Tucker, MD, medical doctor. Uh, that's my source. So we're gonna look at this case file, then we're gonna dig into some more stuff. But this young boy believed he was a World War II pilot, and his name is James, but he doesn't see himself as James. If you follow me. Of course, I sun gaze. It's one of the best things to do, brother. Glad you asked that question. Okay, so like I said, I found this case to be very, very intriguing. So, numerous uh, give you guys a little idea about James Laniger now. Back in 2002, let's say, hold on 1 minute, guys. Let me get shit scrolling too damn fast for me. And yeah, okay. Starts off in 2000, not 2002. But it's been multiple cases of this, of children having memories of deceased people. And when you look at it, it's kind of like they were reincarnations of their past life. But so when James was 22 months old, his father took him to Cavanaugh Flight Museum outside of Dallas. As they were leaving the museum at the time, James was fascinated by the planes, and a particular the World War II exhibition. When they left after 3 hours, James had some toy planes as well as a video called "It's Kind of Magic" and the Blue Angels. Now the Blue Angels is some airplanes from World War II. The Navy Flight Exhibition Team. James loved the video and he watched it repeatedly for weeks. The trip and the video started to uncover his love for planes. So you watch that story, yeah, right? It's very intriguing, right? So he he was really fascinated with planes. And this boy at 22 months, right? 22 months, almost 2 years old, he could tell you all about a fucking airplane. But the question is, why was he so fascinated and how did he know so much? The father, we're going to get to it. Hold on. Like I said, this is one of the stories I found very, very, very interesting. Uh, let's see. Let's see here where we at. This passion may have led to some kind of knowledge of planes and flying that James often surprised his parents by voicing the video. However, it was clearly not the source of James' information. Ooh, ooh. You know what that mean, right? That meant them videos was not. Hold on, let me read that again. This passion may have led to some kind of knowledge of planes and flying that James often surprised his parents by voicing. This this boy, right? Imagine a 3-year old, right? Telling you the name of shit on an airplane you wouldn't even know about. How to start a fucking airplane, how to get into the cockpit, controls, things of that nature. Just maneuvering that airplane. Could you imagine something like that? The video, however, was clearly not the source of James' information about World War II, since the Blue Angels group was founded in 1946 after the war ended, right? So just to look at that, he was he was talking about airplanes and telling his parents all about airplanes, but he didn't get it from the video because he was talking about World War II information and not the Blue Angels group. Just let you guys sit down and think about that for a minute. That's wild. Okay, so let's continue on with the case. Let me see here. Get to where James and his father made a second trip to the museum later that spring on Memorial Day weekend. James was again excited throughout his time there, though he grew quiet in the hangar that housed the World War II aircraft. Mm. So, with that, I can speculate that some trauma or something crazy or just a bad memory haunts him when he sees that aircraft. He stood staring and pointing at the planes as if in awe. He was so amazed to see the airplanes. Like within 2 months of the first trip, James developed a habit of saying, "Airplane crash, on fire," and slamming his plane's noise first into the family's coffee table. So he was playing with little toy planes and crashing them into the coffee table. And he kept doing this behavior over and over, making all kind of scratches and dents on the coffee table. Now James' father traveled a lot. When James and his mother would see him at the airport, James would often say, "Daddy, airplane crash on fire." This happened repeatedly, despite his father telling him, like, "No, ain't no plane crash." Man, this is some deep shit. So let's see here. Door open, baby. Yeah, I always leave door unlocked when I know you're on the way, baby. Oh, let me pause this. Now, after he started saying airplane crash on fire, around this time he began having nightmares. His behavior seemed to be involved in only screaming at first, but then included words as well. Airplane crash on fire. Yeah, baby. Airplane crash on fire. Little man can't get out. Now they published a book also. In their book, James' parents quote him saying, "Airplane crash, plane on fire, little man can't get out." But in an earlier writing and in an earlier interview, they used the shorter quote. James would shout this over and over again while thrashing and kicking his legs up in the air. So this boy was having some kind of nightmares that was driving him crazy. So to give you an idea of to make a long story short for the most part, James Leniger is the son of Bruce and Andrea Leniger, a Protestant couple in Louisiana in the United States. Beginning at the age of 2, he made statements and demonstrated behavior that suggested that he remembered the life and of an American pilot who got killed during World War II. A young man who has been identified as one James M. Hudson Jr. The case has garnered significant attention as the Lenigers told their story several times on television interviews and eventually wrote a book about their experience. I also included a chapter on the case in a recent book. This report includes a more thorough review and documentation of James' statements and behaviors that was made before the pilot Hudson was identified, which is critical in assessing the evidence of the past life connection that the case provides. Though in case has the weakness that James' father was the one who worked to identify the previous personality. And some substantial documentation that is available suggests a striking similarity between James' statements and the details of the life and death of this particular pilot. All right. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Big Dog Philly OG in the building. What's up, man? We just was discussing James Laniger. This boy who believed he was a World War II pilot. Big Dog Philly, you're more than welcome to come on to the panel. All you gotta do is simply hit the link at the top. I have that pin. Welcome to the show. Hey, and I appreciate the subscription, brother. I subscribe to you also. Checked out a couple of your videos. All right. Let's get back to where we was at. Let's see. We were talking about he was having tantrums, all right. And the crazy part about this story too, right? That he remembered the life of an American pilot, right? It's stuck in these boys' in this young boy's memory, right? And the pilot was also named James too, James M. Hudson Jr., right? So we was at 2000, right? Talking about the little boy or whatever. He began having nightmares, blah, blah, where we at? So, see here. Where were we? Okay, right here. After a few months of this, and this is James was shot over and over again while thrashing about and kicking his legs up in the air, screaming airplane crash on fire. I mean airplane crash, plane on fire. That's what he would say. The boy was having nightmares at 22 months old. So a few months of this, he had several conversations with his parents about the dreams he was having. I mean, because like any other parent, right? You would be curious as to though why your son is so fascinated with airplanes, obsessed with them, and having nightmares, right? So usually his parents would be prepping him to go to sleep. But this time he indicated that while they was prepping him to go to sleep, talking to him, putting the sheets over him, getting him ready for bed, make sure he don't have no more of them crazy nightmares. He said that there were memories from the past. He said his plane had crashed on fire and that it had been shot by the Japanese. Now, he's 22 months saying this. You got a kid that's almost 2 years old vividly remembering his airplane had been shot down by some Japanese airplanes in World War II. Okay, let me see where we at. 2 weeks after those statements, James said his plane was a Corsair, which is the fighter plane that was developed during World War II. And he talked about flying the Corsair several times. Now, about this story, now I always talk about when you pass over and come back, you live 1,000 lives, and this could have been one of this boy's many lives. He could have thought he was James Hudson Jr., or he was. I mean, and it goes on and on. Like, the case report breaks down everything from James Hudson to James Laniger, the little boy. It breaks down all that. Found it very intriguing. And the reason I say this could be part of the simulation, because when you pass, do you cross over or do you stay in the simulation? Because the memories, the records of this man. Now, let me pop this up right here. Was from the 4th level astral plane. Records of all past experiences, including relationships, childhoods, past lives, healing, and unconditional love for others. Past lives, you see that? Now, I'm just saying. Because of James Hutchins Jr. dying of such a terrible death, he stayed. It didn't pass on. And damn near 80 years later, his memories manifested through this little boy thoughts. Just something to think about. But it's very intriguing. So I guess I'm gonna stop the show right here. But I appreciate you guys watching. And until next time, I'm Lindsay. This is Knowledge Uprising, and you're watching The Late Show. But we were talking about the simulation and just something from the files of the simulation. But leave your comments and let me know what you think about the video. Peace.